Three, two, one.
You gonna bring us in, or am I?
We're live right now,
Okay.
so I guess one of us is going to bring us in.
Welcome everybody to Jacksonville's Voice of Real Estate. Again, it is almost 2:58 Thursday. We have our show coming on, the live show at 3 o'clock. But we do a short little pre-show. We let YouTube gather everybody in, whatever they do on the back end, to tell you all that we are here and ready to have our show today.
We are alerting the viewers.
Yes.
That's the goal here.
So before we get started, today is going to be episode 5, Selling Your House Without a Realtor. And today the topic is going to be the description, or Mike calls it the ad copy, of how you describe your house. And you want to have this ready to go before you make this go live all over the world. Along with everything else that you've done on all the other episodes that we've talked about. So in the meantime, before the show gets going here in 2 minutes, this week we actually had one of our houses go under contract. It was only on the market for 30 days. They actually took our recommendations of what we thought it needed to take to get their house sold, because it had been on the market before with another real estate company for
187 days?
Yeah, it was at least 6 months. We went in and we said, hey, this is what you got to do. Now, they did have a vacant house. It's a very nice house. It was built in 2015. It's very new, and it's like new because it's been very well maintained. But it was an empty, vacant house, and the pictures showed an empty house. We said, Guy, you've got to stage this house. You will get more buyers in here if you stage this house. And sure enough,
well, wait, now you're missing the most important part.
What's the most important part?
We raised the price $10,000.
Oh, well, yeah. When it calls for it, we do recommend that they raise the price, and of course he was open to that.
Now we actually did, along with the cooperation of the seller, we did everything that we are actually explaining or advocating that you guys do in trying to sell your house on your own. So we did all the things that we are explaining here, with the exception of the pre-listing home inspection, and this is the results that we got. You know, we did the professional photos, good text descriptions, and we actually haven't even gotten to the real meat and potatoes of marketing your house, which we're going to do in future episodes. But we actually practice all the things that we're telling you to do, and this is the results we get. 187 days on the market with another real estate company, another real estate agent, unsold. We got it, did our thing, raised the price 10 grand, under contract in 30 days. And the seller is quite happy.
Okay, so y'all, it's 3 o'clock. It is time for Jacksonville's Voice of Real Estate. So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
And so today is episode 5. Thank you so much for being here. If you'll just share this with anybody that you know that may be looking to buy or sell a house, they might get some tips from us. Please share this with them. Today is selling. Well, the episode is, the series is Selling Your House Without a Realtor, episode number 5, and it's all about the description.
Writing effective ad copy.
So we are saying that you've done everything that we've suggested in the other episodes, so now we're at the time we're going to talk about your house, getting it all ready to go prior to making it go live in wherever you're going to put it, wherever you're going to advertise it. So today we have 6 tips on how to do that, what not to do, and what to do.
Now, before we get started on that, I want you to all, guys, everybody to know that you can sell your house on your own. That's what we're trying to help you to do. You do not have to do all the things that we explain to you in this series. But if you want the most money for your house that the market will bear, and you want to sell it quickly without a big hassle, do what we tell you to do.
Okay.
So, on with the show.
So, number 1, don't tell everything about the house. So leave some things unsaid in your ad so that when buyers come to your house, they actually can discover other things, so that it's like icing on the cake. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it had that. I didn't know it had the large pantry and things like that. Let them discover things along the way, like opening up little Christmas packages around your house, that they can be more excited about your house and keep that strong emotional attachment to your house, and even raise it higher once they get to your house.
Well, and it goes, it's the same with last week. We talked about photos and professional photos. A lot of people go way overboard on the photo part of marketing. They have way too many photos, and what happens is is there's no discoverability for the buyer when they walk into your house. Your photos want to be just enough to grab the buyer's attention, make them get out from behind their computer, get offline, actually physically come and see your house. The best way to sell a house is to get someone to see it in person. So once they get there, if they've already had all the information because they've seen every photo, the faucets, the lighting fixtures, the ceiling fans, everything, now there's nothing to excite them even further, nothing to gain or nothing to increase their excitability. So let them discover some things, and you want that same objective here when you're writing ad copy. So you want to kind of tell a story about your house, but leave a lot of the really important stuff out. Let them come and find those things out on their own. Guarantee it will help you, help them make a stronger offer.
So less is best.
Less is best.
And the thing about it is like I mentioned last week, you don't want them to leave the house feeling like a movie trailer that you saw that was better than the actual movie. You don't want them to go, well, the pictures and the description made it sound so good. When I got here, I'm kind of let down. So, kind of keep that in mind. So we have number 2. Never use the following phrases or any version thereof. And I have some examples. Number 1, don't use motivated seller or price reduction in the ad. Another thing is, if you do reduce the price of your house, huge secret, you guys, don't tell anybody. Don't blast it out there like in this ad. It says, this is an actual house that is on the market right now. You can see that it was originally listed for $426,000 and it's been reduced to the current price of $415,000. It's been on the market 103 days. So they tell you right up front, huge price reduction and still below appraisal value.
So that's one of the things. First off, if you have a price reduction, just have a price reduction. Don't broadcast that to the world. Nobody needs to know that you just reduced the price. All it does is start to make people think that you might be getting desperate.
Yep.
And the other question I have is, still below appraised value? Then why aren't you selling it for appraised value? Is there something wrong here that we can't see?
Yeah.
Is there a reason that why you're selling it below appraised value? Now, no buyer expects, or no buyer is going to be willing to pay more.
Yeah.
In our market. I'm sure there are markets where people will pay above appraised value, but in our market in Northeast Florida, I've been here for 20 years, I've never seen anybody pay more than appraised value for a house. That's just because that's the way our market is here. And I'm not crazy. I've got a little fly in here.
Oh, he's crazy.
We wouldn't expect a buyer to pay more than appraised value, but we also, on the other hand, wouldn't expect a seller to take less than appraised value. If you do, you're leaving money on the table. So when you put that statement in there that it's below appraised value, it just, as an agent, I'm like, why? Okay? Is this guy trying to get rid of this house?
Yeah.
Will we get away with a low offer? I mean, it just screams, give me a low offer.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
So as another thing that you should never say is bring all offers. Bring all offers. Oh, well, by golly, I'm going to bring you a low one, and you better accept it. Other way there. Here's another ad that says...
This one's actually on Zillow.
This is on Zillow, as you can see.
Well, let me say, I'm point something out real quick. A lot of people think that Zillow is the end-all of advertising. That's all you got to do to sell a house, put it on Zillow, it's good. But let me tell you right here, and I've got an entire video on why Zillow is a bad place for you as a for sale by owner to advertise your home. And first off, right here it says, under for sale by owner, they're asking $439,000. Right underneath it, it says price cut $10,000 on December 20th, which means that since today's January 23rd and it's still for sale, they're probably willing to take even less than that. And then the Zestimate, what Zillow, the amount that Zillow puts on your house as far as value, on this one is $386,618. That is so far below the actual listing price, and I can guarantee you that is the price where a buyer is going to start his negotiations. So this is just a prime example of why I think if you're only marketing your house on Zillow as a for sale by owner, you are hurting yourself.
I actually like the way that they wrote this. It's actually in line with how we would write a description, talking about.
Yeah, it tells a little story about the house.
Entering the front door, luxury condo, and feeling the emotion of the ocean living, blah, blah, blah. I like that. But y'all, keep reading, because at the very bottom it says, a price will be aggressively reduced each week until sold. Bring all offers.
Wow.
Okay, well how does that make you feel? Will it make you feel like, wow.
That means I'm going to wait before I make an offer.
I'm going to wait, and when I make an offer, boy, it's going to be a lot lower than what you're even asking.
Yes.
So you can feel the desperation in that.
Bring all offers also. So this just says that this guy is hurting. He needs to get rid of this house. I don't know. Maybe he saw the Zestimate there, and he's hoping that he's going to get a little bit higher than the Zestimate. I don't know, but if anybody is going to get a low offer, it's going to be this guy.
Okay. So on to tip number 3. Don't put room measurements in the advertising. Reason is, y'all, that, okay, say somebody's looking at the dining room measurements, specifically for the dining room, because they may have an heirloom dining cabinet from great-grandmother that they are not going to get rid of. And by golly, it has to fit into this house or they won't buy it. So if you put all the measurements of every room in this house, people are going to mark it off the list before they even come to your house and say, oh my gosh, let them make the decision of, you know what, let's keep the family heirloom in the family. Maybe I'll let Aunt Sally have it for a little while, whatever. But I want this house, and I'll do that to get it.
Well,
so it will exclude your house.
It just goes.
By doing that.
It just falls back on the thing. You don't want to give people a reason to object your house before they've come to see it. Mm-hmm. How many buyers have we worked with in the past, Cindy, that have said that they specifically wanted, just say 2,500 square feet. They would not buy any house that was less than 2,500 square feet because in their mind, their furniture won't fit in anything less than 2,500 square feet, or they can't see their lifestyle being in under 2,500 square feet. But if you take them to see that house, the floor plan is really more important than the square footage.
Right.
And I have sold many houses to people that were less in square footage than what they said. So what she's saying is if you put all the room measurements in your ad copy or in your description, you're just giving people a reason to object your house without them coming in there.
Yeah.
Now, they might be thinking that they need a certain room size to say, well, I've got a king-size bedroom, a king-size bed, I've got this dresser, that dresser. There's no way it's going to fit in a 13 by 14 room. And that might be true. This is just for example purposes only. But if they were to come and see that house, they may go, hey, wait a minute, that wall right there, it doesn't have a window on it, so this could work. I could put this. Right. Or if they get to your house and like your house so much, maybe now they're thinking, well, maybe that furniture is a little old. We need to probably think about replacing it anyway. So the point is, if you put too much information in your ad copy, you can give objection, and you've got to get people in your house.
Okay. So number 4. Don't put allowances in your ad right up front, such as giving a carpet or flooring or paint allowance. It's only going to bring attention to those issues. And they go, oh, the carpet needs replaced. Oh, let's look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that carpet. Oh my gosh, it's really bad. So don't bring attention to those. If you've watched all of our episodes, you know that those issues should have already been given attention to earlier on. So giving compensation to that is not a good idea. For example,
okay, so and there's a lot of things wrong with this ad, and I put the yada 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 in there, so I didn't have to put the entire description there. But one of the things is this is all in capital letters. Don't do that. It's like you're screaming at somebody. Write properly. Okay.
That's typing 101.
Yes.
You're yelling at somebody if you type in all caps.
So this is a house that was listed originally for $729,000, right? Riverfront house. Sounds pretty nice. It's now listed at $665,000. It's been on the market for 244 days. But like Cindy said, they said the price is reduced more than $50,000 to compensate for pier repairs and any cosmetic issues such as new carpet. Now, here's the problem. If you start giving these things up before you even got anybody to come see your house, they're going to expect that and more. But you got to remember, there is a certain pool of buyers out there. Here, don't give that stuff away. Let somebody come see your house, make an offer, and then ask for those concessions. Case in point, let's just suppose that there is a buyer out there who doesn't like carpet anyway, and they know that most houses that they're looking at, unless they're buying new construction, there's going to be some carpet that they're going to have to remove because they don't like carpet. Maybe they're allergic to carpet. Maybe they got, for whatever reason, they don't like carpet. And they know that in their mind, they've already got in their head that they're going to take all the carpet out of whatever house they buy and put down wood flooring. Okay? But now you've just given away, a carpet allowance to somebody who wasn't expecting it anyway and going to rip the carpet out anyhow. There's also a complete other reason for allowances. And we'll discuss that in another video, but that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
Here's what you got to do. You want people to make an offer, and you want them to ask. They're going to ask for a bunch of things. If they see that they want, you know what, I've got to paint this house because I don't like the colors in the bedroom, I'm going to ask them for allowance. Let them ask. When you get the offer, now the more they ask for, the more you can take away and still keep the deal together.
Right.
Does that make sense? You don't want to start with one foot missing right out of the gate. And you do that when you start offering concessions and allowances and things like that. And also the price reduced thing. Every house we've ever had, whenever we've had to do a price reduction, we don't advertise it. Keep it to yourself. What's next?
Well, if you'll go back to that same picture, number 3, because number 5 says, don't use all capitals. He kind of did that already. So don't use all capitals. Like I said, typing 101 says that means that you're screaming this at them. So just use regular typing, not all.
Reduced! Great price for a large riverfront estate.
Go back to us. So I drive down to, I drive all over town all the time, and I see it on the MLS signs. Out in the front yard.
Oh, yeah.
Price reduced. Or they'll have an extra sign. Price reduced. It just says...
Make me a low offer.
This guy's desperate. Bring your offer. We don't do that. So I don't suggest
I don't think I've ever done it in 20 years.
No,
I've never actually put in the text description or on the sign anywhere that price is reduced. Right. Motivated seller, that's another one you don't want to use.
Right. So I like my little guy. Y'all like my little guy typing here?
He's typing ad copy.
I was actually trying to find a picture that had an old-timey typewriter because I just like that. I think he's cute. Okay, so number 6 tip is don't give up your motivation for selling in the advertisement, y'all. Here is the perfect example.
Another Zillow ad.
This is another Zillow ad that's
for
out
sale
there.
By owner.
That's right now on Zillow. Y'all, it starts out great, fabulous home and charming, and it gives a side of town. But second sentence, owners relocating to a home nearby on the river. Wow, don't tell that.
That really has no bearing on the sale of this property. Why you're moving it absolutely means nothing.
If you give up your motivation, it's going to be used against you in the offer price. That's bottom line. It's going to reduce your offer price. You just don't give up that kind of information. Keep it to about the house. Now, going further on through the ad, it talks about beautiful back porch with ceiling fans, big screen TV. Oh, it talks about an 80-inch TV in the living room. Oh, but then they take it away because then they say, oh, in parentheses, still deciding if it stays or goes to the new house. Okay, so they may leave the TV, but they may take it. They don't know yet.
Wow.
Oh, and then they say there's too many features to list. Well, that's okay. There are a lot of houses that do have too many features to list.
Well, and that's a good thing. That's one of the things we were talking about.
Come
Get them to come see the house, and then let them discover all the features that you couldn't list. That's a good thing. But this guy is way too confused about what he wants.
Next.
And what happens if someone's confused or they're not confident in what it is they want to do? It just means that you are, as a buyer, I'm going to come in there and I know that I'm going to be in a stronger position to negotiate the price down. Be confident in what you're saying. Don't say too much. And, you know, leave the TV or don't. Make up your mind.
Right. Don't tell them you're still deciding anything because by golly, they're going to give you a low price and they're going to ask for the TV in it. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so the next thing is, he says, also open to renting instead of selling because we love this house and one day we may want to downsize back to it. What? Okay, you're selling it, but then you also want to rent it because you love it so much you want to move back one day. Oh my gosh, so what? So then they say more pictures upon request. Well, why don't you just put all the pictures in there?
Well,
or not all of them, but just put the ones like we talked about.
20 to 25 photos. Get rid of this entire sentence. More pictures on request, and then they need to come see the house.
Why does the buyer have
Don't send them more pictures. Don't give them more reason to reject your house before they've even come to see it. Get them in the door to come see it. Like I said, it is a very rare occasion when you can sell a house to somebody that they haven't seen. So that shouldn't even be in there.
So they go on to say at the bottom, and I mean, this isn't too bad about giving the little history about the house, how they raised their kids there and now they're off out of college. But then what they say is they go back to giving up their motivation, where it talks about, we're staying in the area, we're moving to a house close by that looks just like this one, except that one's on the river. We actually listed this house for rent also because we would be just as happy to keep it and one day downsize it. So they're all over the place. Sell it, rent it. They want to move back there one day.
Maybe the TV stays. Maybe it doesn't.
That's about all it is. You know what? Put the TV on Craigslist. I don't know.
Yeah. So
anyway,
be certain. That's one of the things. You've got to be certain about what it is you're selling, what you're wanting to do. You either want to sell it or you want to rent it. I mean, there's two completely different things here. I don't know where he was going with that, and I should have actually taken the screenshot of how many days that one's been on the market. I'm pretty sure it's been a long one. One of the things is you give away too much information. I've had people talk about they had special toilets that sit 3 inches higher than the standard toilet.
Too much information.
Just too much information. Less is best. Less is more, whatever the sentence we're looking for. So keep it short and sweet. Tell a little story. I don't know. If you like sitting out on the back porch in the evening time, listening to the the owls or whatever, that's fine. Put that in there. That's nice.
You might want to, if you have a pool, you might want to mention, hey, if you like to have a glass of wine by the pool in the evening,
or you like to have friends over,
cup of coffee on the back, all that kind of stuff.
We're gonna miss the entertaining and the family times that we've had by the pool. Throw in a nice little story, but keep it short. It doesn't have to be a full page out of a book.
Right.
The thing is just to strike people's interest enough to get them to come see the house. Name of the game: get them in the house. Okay. So
that was the 6 tips, and I wanted to mention this. We have all these episodes, like today is episode 5. All of these episodes, you can't. This is not a buffet to go. I'm going to pick episode 2 and just do that, and still expect the highest price and the less, have it on the market the least amount of time. You have to have all of this together to work together as a whole to be able to do that, to be able to get the most money and have the least amount of time on the market. So it's not a buffet.
Yes.
I like to explain it like that.
So, I think what she's trying to say in a nutshell is you've got to do all these things together to make it all work to the common goal, which is to get the most money for your house and get it sold quickly. So, got a bonus for you today. Today's bad MLS photo of the week. And this is no joke. This is actually in the MLS. And this is about a $630,000 property. Wow. This is the photo that's in the listing ad.
Wow.
I can't believe someone would actually see that photo and actually put it in their ad. But yes, it happened. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of these examples. And we don't have the time today to show them all to you, but I'd love to. Listen, if you're watching this on a replay and you have questions about real estate in general or real estate in Northeast Florida, which is where we're at, Jacksonville, St. Johns County, Ponte Vedra Beach. We're here to help you. If you'll type your question in the comments section below this video, we will try and either answer it right away through the YouTube platform, or we'll answer it in an upcoming episode. We hope that you enjoyed this. We hope it's helpful. If it is, if you did enjoy it, please smash that like button. It lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job. Makes us feel better about the time that we spend putting these together for you. We really enjoy doing it. We'd probably do it anyway. But if you'll click that like button, we would appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you'll know when we go live. We're actually going to start adding some more videos because this subject, this series that we're doing is kind of a long one. We've got a lot of things to get to. Ways to advertise your house, places to advertise your house, what some of the other things that we do to target market people. And by the way, if you need help buying or selling a house anywhere in Northeast Florida, give us a call. We can help you. If you're moving out of state or you're living and watching from some other city and you need an agent, we can help you. We've been doing this for I've been in it 20 years. Cindy about 15, 16, something like that. And we have developed relationships with agents all across the country. We're happy to pick one for you that will suit your needs and not theirs.
We have a question come in. Bill asks, what's the best thing about being a realtor?
The best thing about being a realtor.
He says we guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
Well,
we appreciate it. We appreciate you being here, and thank you for the question. If I had to narrow it down to one thing, I don't know. What do you like about being a realtor? There's a lot of things I like about being a realtor.
I like helping people because I meet a lot of people that a lot of people are looking for a house for the first time and they don't know where to even start. First-time home buyers, oh, I love to take those in and just sit down with them and really find out what they're looking for and make that transition as smooth as possible, because there is so much of that process that they'll be pulling their hair out. And I come in and help them make that process so much smoother, let them know what they can expect by sitting down with them and really making them understand, because a lot of them have been in the process before and didn't understand it, got out of a contract, got out of looking for a while because they were so confused. And I kind of guide them back into a smooth process where they're understanding what's going on and what they can expect. That's the biggest thing that I think I like to do. And then also with the sellers, helping them. We actually help a lot of sellers that have been in the situation before. They've been expired with another agent. Their house has been on the market for a long time that went unsold. Somehow they find us or we find them, and we sit down with them and help guide them through the process, just like the one we just put together that we sold in 30 days.
Yeah, we have an actual history. We've actually specialized over our career in helping people sell homes that were previously on the market. That's just one of the things. I don't know how we got into that niche, but probably my favorite thing about being a realtor is that we get to be out and about every day in different places, and know every day is different. And it's always nice to meet new people, help people, and answer questions, and just be out and about in our lovely city here, Jacksonville, Florida. Bill, we appreciate the question, and we definitely appreciate you watching. Everybody, we will be back here next week. What are we talking about next week?
Next week, we're talking about video, doing video on your house.
And
that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one.
It's not a necessity, but it's something that we do. Right. So we definitely wanted to not leave that out. We actually probably should have done that before today's video, but we're going to show you how all that kind of ties together into one big advertising platform. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Next week, we'll talk a little bit about video, show you some examples, and we're always here to answer your questions. Until next week, we'll see you.
Thursday at 3. Bye.